Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel every day in the month of October. It chooses the horror movie and they discuss it. Today we're talking about the family-friendly film from 1991, Ernest Scared Stupid, directed by John R. Cherry III. I'm your co-host Eric.
I'm Justin.
And Justin! Look at us!
Yeah, we have I feel like this movie was like made for us to watch and then talk about.
Exactly. We did me and Alec and I think Mike Valente did Ernest Saves Christmas for the holiday 12 Days of Christmas wheel.
Okay.
But I'm very excited to have you on to talk Ernest Scared Stupid. It's a personal favorite of mine. I'm a big Ernest guy myself. And for those of you listening, Alec is in Vegas currently, so he's prioritizing the wheel right now.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm fairly certain this was the only Ernest movie that I've seen to completion. I think like a really long time ago when I was a kid, I think there's an Ernest Goes Camping or something.
Oh, Ernest Goes to Camp, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one, but
it's classic. That's one of the best ones. Like I would say Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Camp are the two best.
They have a whole movie where he just goes to jail.
Yeah, and he gets out. Dude, it's hilarious.
Is it all the same actors in every Ernest movie?
It's Jim Varney. He's Ernest.
Yeah, no, I know that.
He created like a Pee Wee Herman character. And yeah, big Ernest guy.
I looked him up. I didn't know he died at 50. It's pretty young.
Yeah, he's also known for playing Slinky Dog in Toy Story. He has that like, I'm from the South and I talk like this.
Oh, Slinky Dog.
Slinky Dog, yeah, Jim Varney. Yeah, he had lung cancer. To say he was a bit of a chain smoker is a understatement. He smoked a lot, heavily. Yeah. He actually, I wanted to send you it before the wheel. He made a PSA when he found out he had lung cancer. He made a PSA for kids about the, don't smoke. And he's like, Vern, what are you doing? You trying to kill me with that stuff? You don't want the C word, do you? Cancer, chemotherapy? Get the hell out of there with that. Like,
I will say the first thing I noticed was the opening credits were like insanely long.
I love
Dude. Dude, I'm watching it. It probably 30 seconds went by and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at my phone and like play around. And then I looked back up after like a minute and it was still going. I was like, what the hell's going on here?
What is Eric making me watch right now? I watched it this morning and I was giggling because I was just picturing you watching this. Like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, why am I watching Ernest Scared Stupid on a Saturday? Like,
there were actually a handful of times where I laughed out loud.
And that makes me happy. That makes Eric happy.
Yeah, but after I laughed, I was like, who am I?
Well, what parts, may I ask? Do you remember?
Specifically, I think the first part was when the sheriff was yelling at Ernest and he's like, why aren't you at the dump? And he's just listing off all these excuses. And he's like, I just drank cold medicine. I'm not supposed to operate heavy machinery.
They're just coming out with like the worst excuses. And he still was just driving. So it's like,
yeah, it makes no sense.
Love it.
Also, well, I thought it was funny when the sheriff was like yelling at his kids. And he's like, he's like, why are you hanging out with this idiot?
Yeah, it's like, gotta stay away from Ernest. I love it. So me, I have very fond memories of watching this movie for the first time. I remember exactly. There's a home video of me watching this in like 98 or 97 somewhere up in Marblehead, Massachusetts, which is where my uncle lived, and we would visit him. And we watched Hocus Pocus one year, and this movie we watched the next year. We'd always go up in like August, September, around like Halloween time, and Marblehead's the town over from Salem. So Ernest became a staple in my household, and my sister and I would fight so much about the television. Like, I want to watch Ernest again. And she'd be like, no, I want to watch Mary Kay and Ashley Double Total in Trouble again. And I'm like, Mary Kay and Ashley's so stupid. And she's like, no, Ernest is stupid. And I'm like, Ernest is not stupid. And my dad would be like, Eric, Ernest is really stupid. Like, I mean, actually stupid.
It is pretty stupid. Yeah. But you know what? He was like the OG of certain aspects. Like when he dressed up as a woman and he did all the different spoofs, I was like, this is what like Mike Myers does, and he started this. So it's pretty cool.
I don't know if he started. I mean, I'm sure that comedy goes back a while, but like he's the first I remember from my childhood where that was a thing. Where there's that whole Ottoman Empire. It's the Ottomans, and he dresses up as a woman. Like, oh, looks like we need to fix the drapes again. And
so funny. Yeah, I will say though, when we watch all these movies for the podcast, I pick up a lot of things from like the early 90s and even 2000s that like would never fly today.
Oh yeah.
Ernest said one line where I like made a face and I was like, "Whoa!" And I know you know what it is when he's like, "There are kids in China who don't have milk," and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, stuff like I mean that's like that's 1991 for you. But yeah,
I
that was
know, I know,
today wouldn't stand. Can't hashtag cancel Ernest.
dude. Ernest would definitely be canceled today.
Yeah, I mean probably for just like chain smoking on set and like there's kids around too. But hey, it's funny you mentioned the well, we just talked about the Ottoman sketch. Andrew Tomorrow, who's a buddy of ours, who also did Die Hard Actions Wheel with us back in the spring. I just want to say, Andrew, sorry we didn't have you on. I know you wanted to do this one. It's been a pinch to record these day after day, so we just had to get this one out. But
Wait, Andrew wanted to do this one
I don't know if he
specifically?
did, but we mentioned it back in the spring. Like, dude, when we do the Halloween one, we got to have you on to do Ernest Scared Stupid because I have so many fond memories of him doing the Ottoman sketch
Okay, that's
from
cool.
memory back in sixth grade. His memory, dude, is like photographic. It's insane how he could do like the whole thing from beginning to end. It's like we got to get the high ground and like it'd be so good. Yeah, but
Dude, one of the funniest lines, I don't know why I found this line so funny. When he was in the forest and the kids were like, "What do we do if we get lost?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry. It's an old camper's rule." He's like, "If we get lost, the bark always grows on the outside of the tree." And
yeah,
like, dude, I stopped for a second and I was like, "What?"
yeah.
I
Oh, so good. The bark always grows on the outside of the tree.
was like, that doesn't even, what does it have to do with anything?
I don't know. It's funny. But I well that's the saying like doesn't moss grow on like the
Like North Side or
yeah,
something.
something like that. See,
Yeah,
we can't
yeah.
thankfully we don't get lost in the woods, but yeah.
When he was talking to his dog and
Rim shot.
he's like, Rimshot, he's like, "You're a cute little dog, but you're an ugly kid."
Yeah.
I was like, that's so mean, dude.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like when he's like, oh, dude, there's so many parts of this movie I love, but probably I have two favorite parts. My favorite part is probably when he's stuck in the dumpster and he's about to get killed. Like,
oh
when the
yeah.
thing's about to crush him, it's like that's not funny. He's easily going to die. But he finds like a baby doll head, and he's like, "But I have a family at the doll factory." He's like, "This isn't the time, Ernest. Like, do whatever you need to do." He's like, he feels bad about killing a baby doll, and he
Yeah.
sticks its heads in the gear. Oh, dude, I love that. It's like, I'll send your family a nice postcard.
Also, I thought of Family Guy because he did flashbacks when he was like, he specifically said the same thing like Peter Griffin does when he was like, "It's just like my fourth grade teacher, and she's always said I never knew when to quit." And he was like,
Slacks him in the back of the head. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, she was like, "He never knows when to quit." I was like, "Yo, he's doing a lot of things that current shows and comedians are doing."
Oh yeah, I love Ernest. And also, I want to say this: the trolls, dude, they look pretty good for 1991, right?
Not bad for 91.
I was scared with the troll. Like I had nightmares when I was a kid from the main troll.
Well, it's funny because the troll looks massive throughout the film, but then
Yeah.
when he hugs him at the end, it's like he's up to his hips. So
Yeah, I wonder if that was more of a doll or something. But
I don't know. I don't know.
I also love the ending when Rimshot comes back and like Ernest is all like, everyone's got their families, and I'm just Ernest P. Worrell here about bored out by myself. And then finally
Yeah,
Rimshot comes back. It's just like a family feel good moment right there.
dude. Honestly, like Jim Varney really found like this niche for himself because
Mm,
I mean I haven't seen a lot of movies with him. He's obviously known for Ernest, but if you think about it, like he doesn't have to necessarily be like one of the best actors, like a Tom Cruise or Harrison Ford. He found his niche, and
mm.
he just does this, and like the kids and young adults and like parents who buy it for their kids, like eat it up.
Yeah. Well, the Ernest movies came from this thing called Hey Vern, It's Ernest, where he would talk to this guy Vern, who'd be the camera guy.
Oh, really?
And he'd be like talking, "Hey Vern, I gotta tell you something about this," and he like runs around with Vern and stuff. And there'd be like a POV of Vern's vision, and it's just funny that way, just imagining someone else with Ernest in the room, and he's doing all this crazy shit.
Oh, dude, I didn't know he was in the original Hercules movie.
Which one? Oh, which one was he in Hercules?
The like the original '98 one.
The Disney one.
Yeah, he's Philites.
Okay,
I'm not sure if I said that right.
I'm gonna listen to that scene again.
He's in a lot of animated films.
Very recognizable voice when you hear
He's
his
in The
voice.
Simpsons. Well, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, he's very similar to like an Elvira or Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Like a personable character who always is earnest. Who like if you were to run into him, you wouldn't call him Jen on the streets. Like, oh, dude, that's Ernest.
Yeah,
like,
right. That's awesome.
Which I wish we lived in a universe where Ernest was still alive. Jim Varney would have loved to see him today and like random shit, hosting the MTV Awards. I don't know what he'd be doing.
Right, hosting the Emmys or something.
Yeah, yeah, and this movie takes place in Missouri, Briarville, Missouri, pride of Missouri, if you ask me. Jim Varney is Kentucky, born in Kentucky, lived in
Yep.
Kentucky. So he never had children. He was married twice, but there's a book out there his nephew wrote called "The Importance of Being Earnest: The Life of Actor Jim Varney and Stuff Vern Doesn't Even Know." It's written by his nephew. I really want to read that book and like hear like the dark side of Ernest, if there is any.
I'm surprised you haven't read it already.
I know. I mean, like the next time I'm on a flight, I'm gonna Amazon that book, no problem. Put that on my Kindle. You know what I mean?
I like the ending. Like it was just so you expected it. Like they couldn't be this monster, and it was just all he needed to do was be loved. So he hugged him.
And kissed him. He's like, ew.
Oh yeah, he like kissed this like mucus on his face. But like the witch lady knew how to defeat him.
Heart of a child, and who has a
And
heart of a child? Freaking Ernest.
yeah, she was like hoping Ernest would figure it out, but like the town was in mortal danger. I was like, why don't you just tell him, man?
Well, if you told him, she would mess it up because he's an idiot and he'd go over the top and not really focus on
Oh.
being a child. He'd be like, "I'm a child. Everybody look at me. I dress like a child." It's like, like probably he'd be all earnest. I just also love like he couldn't figure out the milk thing. He's like, Bulgarian Miak. That's what it is.
Yeah, dude, when he said Miak, I was like, what is that some kind of like
I don't even know.
and then the kid read milk and I was like, yo, are you serious?
Did you not figure that out either? You had to figure it out. A mother's Miak.
Dude, I honestly, man, I was like, this movie's so dumb that for all I know, there's something called Miak out there.
There is probably. I don't know what Miak is. All right. I wanted to play a game with you before we even dive deeper into this movie.
Okay.
So I always love naming fake Ernest movies. It's a fun thing I like to do. So can you come up with 3 Ernest movies you'd like to see in 2021? Give me 3. Like Ernest does this. Ernest goes here.
Do they need to be realistic or just like so outlandish it's okay?
So you want to hear a couple from me?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Ernest goes to the bar with Ben Affleck after he breaks up with J-Lo again.
I'm picturing Ben Affleck from Jay and Silent Bob, and he's just at the bar and he's like, "Man, Ben, J-Lo sure was hot."
Well, you're off the wagon again, Ben. I told you this would happen. It happened the first time, and here we are again. J-Lo at it again. Well, Ben, let's do another shot.
Ernest catches chlamydia in Thailand.
There you go. I had Ernest goes to Wuhan. That was one of mine.
Oh no, that's too real, dude.
I don't know if you've seen it, and also I'm like so deep in the show, but Ernest plays Squid Game.
Yeah, I actually started the first episode, and that'd be funny, like
him doing it, like, oh, I gotta play the kid games, and like
not even realizing that he's like trying not to die. He's just playing it.
He's pretty much the old guy in it, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Ernest plays the Squid Games. That'd be funny.
Ernest gets canceled.
Yeah, that's very realistic.
Ernest is an anti-vaxxer. Ernest makes an album with Kanye West.
I mean, if he was still alive and he was like, guys, I need concepts, I need scripts, to be like, dude, we got it. We have
wait, here's another one. Ernest tries an Impossible Burger from Burger King and gets salmonella.
You just make them like so long. Like
I'm an Ernest machine. I'm like the Awesemo bot. It's like Adam Sandler falls in love with a coconut.
It's actually a Labrador. Ernest goes to Costco for groceries, but forgets his mask in the car and has to walk. So, damn it!
Oh, again! I do this every time I come here. The prices are too good.
Yeah, that's a fun little game, dude. I feel like that that game would be fun if you were just drunk.
I always say, like, if I ever get my wisdom teeth out again and get put on painkillers, this is the first movie I'm watching. Like, right, put this DVD. Also, my DVD was skipping like crazy. So it's like, oh, time to go back to the $5 bin in Walmart and get that 3-movie collection. That has Camp, Jail, and Ernest Scared Stupid. So,
do you know how many Ernest Goes To movies there are? Like,
I'm gonna have to look that up right now. How many?
I think at least 15, right?
I would say at least 15. I mean, there's so many shorts too, but how many Ernest movies are there?
What is this one? Ernest Goes to Africa.
Yeah, he does go to Africa. 10 movies. There's 10 movies that feature Jim Varney.
Ernest Goes to School.
Oh, that one's terrible. So let's read them off. Ernest scared stupid. Ernest saves Christmas. Ernest goes to camp. Ernest goes to jail. Ernest rides again. Ernest goes to school. Slam dunk Ernest. Oh, here's one for you, Justin. Ernest in the army. Ernest goes to
Oh boy.
Africa. Ernest in the army. That'd be a good one. I'd love to see you watch that and be like, it's not like that, Ernest. It's not like that.
So this movie got a 5.8 on IMDb. How do you feel about that rating?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I just think it deserves a little bit more love as a children's film. I think a lot of effort went into this movie too. Also,
Okay.
Justin, this is our first time doing a podcast together. So I think we got to go Keanu scales. What would you give it on the Keanu scale? 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10 Keanu's. Taking into account that this is meant for children, obviously, I would say 7 Keanu's.
Wow. Okay. That's nice. That makes me happy. I would give it a 9.3 Keanu.
That is excessively high.
I have a strong bias towards this movie, but 9.3 Keanu. That's the lowest I'm going to go, by the way.
You have to leave
No,
bias out of it.
can't do it. Can't do it. 9.3. Solid.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, you have to know what to expect going into it. Like, if you're scrolling through the channels and you're like, oh, an Ernest movie's on, like, don't expect it to be like, wow, it's gonna make me think about it after.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm happy I got to do the Keanu scale with you. That's always been a thing.
Yeah, dude, we do Keanu scales every movie. Yeah, dude, it was not bad. It had that lady in it. What's her name? Is it Artha Kitt? Was that the witch?
Yeah. What's her name? Artha. Yeah.
It's like Artha.
Yeah, I think she passed away a few years ago. Bad actress.
Yeah, she passed away in 2008. Actually, a lot of people in this film.
Yeah. I think the two like salesmen are still kicking. I think both of them are. At least one of them is.
Oh, that one sales guy, like the main car guy,
Bobby.
it was funny because he was just like, "Oh yeah, are there trolls in the town, Ernest?" It's just like messing with him.
Exactly. I love that. They make all this like fake troll stuff and get him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. Bill Berg, is he still alive? That guy. He's still kicking. The skinny of the salesman.
Okay. There are so many people on IMDb who don't have pictures. I'm not sure if they're like not recognizable actors or.
Let's get some Ernest character photos up on IMDb. It's about time.
Bill Berg is in, I think, every Ernest movie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's in 9 Ernest movies.
Yeah, the salespeople, or
yeah,
they're in every movie. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Ernest Goes to School is a good one too. That one's really funny because he's just really stupid.
Well, I can say realistically, this will probably be the last Ernest movie that I watch, intentionally at least.
Yeah, nah, I can imagine. But hey, I tried to get you into it.
No, it wasn't bad. Hey, listen, Andrew, if you're listening to this, if I could go back in time and save the hour and 40 minutes, I would give it back to you.
Well, I know what to get you for Christmas now. There's the Ultimate Ernest collection too on Target, so that's happening.
Dude, wait, hold on. Let me guess. There's 10 films, right?
Yeah, it's not all of them, but it's the Ultimate Ernest collection. He's like blowing a bubble gum. It's $15.
Oh, 15. I was gonna say 20, and then I thought that might be too cheap, but 15.
15. With shipping, we're talking 20.
Dude, that's not. Oh man, $15 for 9 films. It's not bad.
Next time I go to Target, I'm just gonna write to customer service like, "Do you have the Ultimate Ernest collection?" It's like, what? Do you have the Ultimate Ernest collection on DVD?
It says there's one in stock. It's like, yeah, you can't. Those SKU numbers aren't correct.
That thing's not always right. It's like, but you said you have it. It's like, what do you want? What is this DVD? It's like Ernest, ERNEST collection.
Actually, you could definitely find that on Amazon.
That'd be a good sketch. Like have Erik go to different Targets trying to find the Ernest collection. That'd be good. We can have fun with that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we can cut this short for editing purposes. I think we.
Yeah, I know Alex's gonna have his work cut out for him when he gets back. I think he has like 7 or 8 of these to edit and whatnot. So.
Yeah, Alex over here partying in Vegas.
Right.
Okay?
It's October.
Kind of irresponsible. He's an adult, and Justin and Erik are working.
We got to pick up the pieces, pick up the slack, Jeez, you know what I mean? The nerve.
This guy, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to keep this one on the short side. I mean, I don't think anyone's listening to a half an hour podcast of Ernest. I think like a 20-minute one, probably.
I don't think anyone's going to listen to an Ernest podcast.
This is more for me. More for me. All right.
Yeah, we'll wrap this one up. And thanks for showing me a new level of filmography.
I know what you're getting for Christmas. That's all I'm going to say. Get ready.
I'd probably watch it.
Yeah, you watch Ernest Goes to the Army. You definitely will.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, let's spin that wheel. All right, spinning. We have Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat. Very
All
excited for
right.
that one.
Sounds good.
And we have you again. It's me and you. So let's go.
Awesome.
Let's do it. All right. Well, we'll see everyone tomorrow for Trick or Treat. Woo!
See ya.
Woo!